I've made almost $10,000 online at just 16 years old, which has allowed me to convince my parents to let me drop out. And now my parents also fully support me in doing my business and doing my YouTube. It wasn't always this way for me though. I used to be exactly where you were too. And so I've decided to make this video for you to teach you the 5 points / things which you need to do to convince your parents to let you go all in on YouTube. And these 5 points are, number 1, how my channel got leaked to my entire school and my family, and how it completely changed my life. Point 2, the crazy benefits of your parents actually knowing about your YouTube, which you might not see right now. Thirdly, what tactic to use with your parents depending on how strict they are. Fourthly, how ridiculously easy it is to succeed with your parents knowing about your YouTube. And fifthly, the new overpowered method to make your first $1,000 from your channel. It's genuinely so surprisingly possible to succeed once your parents are on your side with YouTube. This video is gonna get you there. Part 1, how my channel got leaked to my entire school and to my family, and how it completely changed my life. This was summer 2023. I was 14 years old at the time, in the end of year 9 in secondary school. And I just started up YouTube, a self-improvement YouTube channel, just a couple of weeks ago. This was well over 2 years ago now, which is crazy to think. And I ran off into the woods, out of the countryside. It wasn't just like normal woods. I ran out into the countryside, into some private woods where there would be absolutely nobody, so that nobody would see me recording and so that nobody would find out, because I was so scared that people would find my channel. And so I sort of planned my videos on my computer, ran out to the woods in the countryside, went and recorded there on some shitty tripod on my front. It was like my phone front camera like that. Really, really low quality, of course. I didn't really know how to speak on camera, but it was my first video. And so I came home, edited them all up on YouTube and everything, put them on YouTube, clipped them down onto TikTok too, like in short form. And then I was pretty happy. I'd finally started up YouTube. I finally made that commitment. It was kind of scary, but I'd done it. And then there's this one week, which I think it was about a week before we finished year 9 in school, like a week before the summer holidays. And I'm off school sick. I've got like some illness or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I remember I was sitting in my chair at my desk on my computer, just like doing some planning videos or some shit like that, some basic light work. And then I pick up my phone and I scroll down into the notifications, and there lies a WhatsApp notification from this guy I know at school. His name's Alex. And it was just a message saying, "Hey man, everyone's found your TikTok, are you all right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just a bit sick, that's why I'm off." Like, what TikTok is it? I assumed it was like my old TikTok from when I was like not 5 years old, in like year 5 in school, when I was like 10 years old or whatever, like making like the TikTok fucking dancing videos, you know. And I couldn't delete that old TikTok account where I was doing all the dancing. And so if people were making fun of that, I was fine with it, because everyone already made fun of that old account anyway. I was already over it. And then he was like, "No, the one from 2 days ago." Literally, as soon as I hear that, I'm sitting in my chair, I physically jump so that I'm in the air, like, out of my chair, okay, while opening TikTok. I open TikTok, in the little bottom right of the notifications, 99 plus, the little red 99 plus notification, and I'm like, "Oh shit, no." And I literally verbally said, constantly for like maybe even a minute, I don't know, "No, no, 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 no." Literally just looking at my phone like, all these notifications. I open up the notification, like fucking start scrolling through them, and then I see one, it's like from this girl in my school. It's like she like liked the video or some shit like that. I recognize her name, and I click on my profile, and I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm really like, "Oh shit." Because I don't remember how many views I got total over all of the videos, but I remember one of them was on 3 million views. Pretty much, I'd blown up on TikTok somehow, and everybody was completely shitting on me because I basically made the videos and was like talking like 13-year-old Andrew Tate in a way. And the videos are completely blown up. A girl from my school found it on her For You page on TikTok and shared it around everywhere. And literally in panic, I just went all the videos, deleted them. I kind of wanted to like private them, but I didn't know how to do that on TikTok. I'd never used TikTok before. And so I just deleted them all in panic, like closed or whatever you did to your account or whatever, just basically got rid of everything. But it was already too late because everybody at school had already screen recorded and downloaded the videos, and on my YouTube too. They'd found my YouTube from it and stuff. And now, I was now known as the kid with the self-improvement channel. And eventually I sort of calmed down. I started coping, watching some bullshit YouTube to try and forget about it. And then it's maybe like 5 p.m, maybe like 4 hours after everyone's found it, 4 hours after I found it, I had that big panic. And I hear a knock at the door, knock, knock, knock. And it was my dad. My dad walks in and he comes and sits down on my bench press, and he knows, and I already know he knows, and he knows I know. And so he just starts a conversation, and he's like, "Okay, what are we gonna talk about?" Because he always like starts it like that. And he's like, and I ask him, like, what do you already know? And he's like, everything. Because some like kid at my school had like told my sister about it, and so my parents found out through that and everything. And so more or less, we just had a long conversation. And I'll be honest with you, at the start, my dad was completely and utterly like in support of me doing YouTube. Like he wasn't happy with it. He really wasn't happy with the way I was speaking. I was like I said, I was basically acting like a 14-year-old Andrew Tate, okay? But more or less, he was fine with me doing YouTube as long as I made a new channel and I stopped speaking like Andrew Tate and I actually started speaking some sense in what I sort of teach. And he let me carry on doing YouTube. And then basically to summarize the sort of past 2 years, I carried on doing YouTube. I started making money by selling coaching. I made a load of money. Then basically I got to where I am today now. And all throughout this too, my dad has still supported me. He's still always constantly giving me good advice. And honestly, like, it's kind of like, I don't know, some people sort of cringe when like they say this, but I don't. Like my dad, I appreciate him. I would not be where I am now if it wasn't for him, because I mean, you might not even see it with your own parents, but I'm sure they do it. All your parents, I mean, they might have negative effects on you, like if they stop you from doing YouTube, for example, but they still have like that positive influence on you growing up. It's like the same thing, like kids who grow up without dads, they usually end up going down some drug route or some shitty job or some shit like that because they don't have that like father figure to guide them. And I'm grateful for my dad, I'm grateful for my mum too, I'm grateful for my parents for letting me basically do what I'm doing now and for bringing me up to where I am now. And it's like they fully support me in what I'm doing, and it's like they allow me to drop out. They're allowing me to essentially live my dream of how I want to live it, and it's just so fucking epic. I don't have to hide anything from them. I can be honest with them about what I'm doing. Like my dad always watches, my dad is watching this right now, okay? My dad always watches all my videos and everything. And honestly, I'm just sort of grateful for that support, and I'm gonna teach you how you can get here too. Part 2, the crazy benefits that you might not see that comes from your parents actually knowing about your YouTube. Like I just explained in my own story, my dad really supports me in online business. It's so epic. He's allowing me to live my dream, making money online, traveling. It's just so sick. And he gives me advice on my videos too, because sometimes like you might do this too. It's like you make a sort of a video and you sort of like commit to one sort of mindset, like you can't get over one sort of idea. It's like my dad, it's so hard to like put into words, but it's almost like if I start saying something kind of ridiculous and I don't realize it's ridiculous, then he'll sort of like ground me back to it. It's sort of like, it's a second perspective on it, which is so invaluable. And also with my parents knowing about my self-improvement and my diet and everything I do, and it's accountability. I don't know why I couldn't say that then, but it's just pure accountability from them. It's like right now, we're staying in this like resort and there's like an unlimited buffet with like unlimited ice cream and shit like that. And that's like every like little kid's dream, like unlimited ice cream. Like my brother's always getting like these massive bowls of ice cream and shit. And it's like, I've got absolutely no temptation to go for any of that. Like even like, I won't lie, I'm on a pretty extreme diet, okay? I'm in a buffet with unlimited food for like whatever I want, okay? And still I'm like eating as healthy as I possibly can and actually getting annoyed when there isn't healthy enough food that I want. And it's just kind of crazy. And like, I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't be as consistent as I am with like looking in, being on my shit, working, and even with my diet, if like my family and my parents weren't around me. Because like, for example, like if I wake up late and I don't put the work in one morning, and like my mum like wakes up after me, she sees that I'm still asleep. I mean, I've been waking up later recently, but that's besides the point. It's like when I was back at school, if I was waking up late, like my parents would see that and they would like, I would get that kind of like, I would almost feel like I was letting them down in a way, like I wasn't being of my word. Like I said I would wake up early and I said I'd grind, but then I don't wake up early. That sort of accountability with them, and you will get that too if they know about your self-improvement and if they know about your YouTube. It's just like ultimate accountability because you don't want to like embarrass yourself in front of your parents. So pretty much here are the benefits that you'll get from your parents knowing about your YouTube. Firstly, obviously you don't have to hide it. You don't have to like try and record when they're not at home. You don't have to go out to record. I mean, I like recording outside. I'm not gonna fucking record in the hotel room because it's kind of like dark and not nice in there. Obviously I'm gonna come out here next to 𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐫𝐿, I think it's called. We're in Greece right now. And I mean, we're on a fucking sand dunes and shit here. It's pretty epic where I'm at right now. So obviously I'm gonna come out to record right now. But for you, for example, like you might not, if you could, like you would record in your bedroom. Like when I'm back at home in the UK, I still do record in my bedroom or in like my garden and shit. It's like the other week, I was recording like an entire like course out my garden. By the way, if you want that course, I've got it for completely free. Link in the description, quick plug there. It's completely free. I was recording this course out in my garden and I was doing it like when nobody was home, like when I was just home alone. And then like everybody, like my sister, my brother, my mum, like everyone came back from like school and work and everything. I was still recording. I still had like another hour of recording to go. But I just carried on. Like, they was like sitting like just the other side of the window, like watching me. Like they were watching TV, but I was like right there, the other side of the window. I just don't care. I'm fine with people seeing me record, like especially my family. Like they know I do this shit. They watch the videos anyway. I'm fine with them seeing me, and so that's not like a constraint. I can record in my garden. I can record in my bedroom and speak loud as fuck when people are home. Obviously not when they're asleep, but it's like I don't have that like pressure on me to try and hide it. I don't have to run out into the woods in the countryside to try and hide it. I can just do whatever the fuck I want. It's like this morning I woke up at I think 6 and just like left, and it's like I've told my parents like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like leave early when they're still asleep to go and record this now. And I mean, it's now 9:50. I've been recording since like 7ish when I got here, because it was a pretty big trek to get here from the hotel. And so it's really, really epic not having to hide it. And also furthermore, it allows you just to be like proudly authentic when you no longer have to hide it. Like when people know about your channel and shit, you just like become proudly yourself. It's like, I'm not scared to show people my channel. I'm not scared to like, sort of, like, if I meet someone new, for example, I'm not scared to tell them, oh yeah, I do YouTube, I do online business. Like, I'm not scared to like show them my channel. Okay, in a weird way, I'm kind of excited about it because it's like, it's what's like different about me. I'm like proudly authentic. I know it sounds kind of like leftist and woke, but you've got to be like authentically yourself. Like you don't, you shouldn't let anybody else like influence who you are or your dreams. Okay, you just have to be like proudly individual in yourself and not be scared to like sort of like show people what you like doing, which is of course YouTube. And of course the first step to that is your family and your parents, the people closest to you, knowing about doing this. If you're hiding it from them, then that just proves that you're like scared for them to see this new version of you. But you know what? You actually know what? If they know about it, then their image of you will slowly get updated to the point where they eventually see you like you're the current version of yourself. You know how like they always like see you as like a version of yourself like from a month ago, because like their image of you always lags behind where you're currently at. If you show them that you're YouTube, like that will update their image on how they see you so much. They'll be so much prouder of you, most likely. We'll get onto like what to do if they won't be in a second, okay, if they're too strict. But it would just sort of like update their image of you so much, and they'll just give you so much more respect for that. And this will make you progress so much faster than everybody else you're in competition with. You might not see it right now, but this space we're in is so highly competitive, okay? And if you had the benefit of your parents helping you, like giving you advice, or at least like not having to hide it from your parents, and you can like proudly, authentically be yourself and you're not scared to make videos or whatever, that is like so overpowered and will make you progress so much faster. Plus your parents can actually benefit from your videos too. My dad has like benefited so much from my videos. It's kind of crazy. It's like he's on a healthier diet now than he was before, because I sort of introduced him to the diet I was getting on. And it's like, I remember for a period he was like trying cold exposure and like cold showers and shit like that too. And it's just sort of like me being on my shit and me having that sort of improvement mindset, and him like knowing I have that improvement mindset naturally makes him want to have more of an improvement mindset, if that makes sense. Rather like if I was just like sort of the average kid, whereas like I was fucking vaping and shit like that, and if he was fine with that, then he'd probably himself be more fine with doing bad habits and shit like that and being less healthy. And so you just naturally being healthier will naturally make your parents and the people around you healthier too. And furthermore, not only can you change their mindset, they can change your mindset too. Like I said, they can give you advice when you're saying something ridiculous, which is honestly like, it happens quite often for me when I've realized like I've been saying something pretty ridiculous, and like my dad will just like mention it to me, okay, and it'll sort of just like ground me and make me progress even faster so that I don't have to realize that thing myself. And overall, you just get like so much support from your parents instead of constantly having to hide it all the time. You're taking away a negative and replacing it with a positive. And in this ultra competitive space, you need every single advantage that you can possibly get. Part 3. What tactic to use depending on how strict your parents are. So you right now need to make a decision. Do you have nice Western American or European parents who'll let you do like whatever the fuck you want and he'll completely support you in it constantly? Or do you have like Asian or African parents who will just basically force you to study, where you have to become a doctor, you have to become a lawyer, and anything else is just out of the question? Would your parents let you carry on even if they were kind of like not happy with it? Would they let you carry on doing it, okay, because you want to do it? Or would they like make you completely and utterly stop, okay? Would they basically make you delete your channel, or would they be happy with you carrying on, maybe if you made a few improvements? If they would let you carry on, and if they wouldn't make you delete it, or maybe they'd make you sort of change up the video or whatever to stop talking about something, okay, and they'd be fine with you carrying on making videos on YouTube, then essentially what you need to do is to live as if your parents are dead. It sounds horrible, but you basically need to take advantage of how like unstrict they are. And pretty much what you need to do, you literally just need to show them your channel. Be honest with them, literally just go up to them like out of the blue and you say like, hey mum, dad, like I've got something I want to show you. And because it's like so weirdly like out of the blue that you're telling them, so like random that you're telling them, it'll actually sort of take them off guard in a weird way, and they'll be more likely to sort of take you seriously, rather than if they sort of found out themselves, then they'd be less likely to take you seriously, if that makes sense. But if you act mature and you just like start a serious conversation with them, just say, hey mum, dad, like I've got something I want to like tell you about, and you just say like, I've got this YouTube channel, you show it them on your phone, and you say like, I want to stop hiding it. I'm kind of not that proud about it, but I wanted to be honest with you. I don't want to hide it anymore. What do you think of it? And I can't imagine any parent who, if you are completely and utterly sincere and honest with them like that, will like just sort of rip it away from you. Again, unless you've got like really strict parents, in that case you wouldn't tell them. But if your parents are like kind of not that strict with you and they would sort of allow you, then I don't imagine like any parent being angry at you if you just sort of come at them sincerely like that. And if they do, then they've probably got some other like trauma problems or some shit that you need to solve. But pretty much like they might give you some advice on it, they may give you some feedback on it or whatever, and tell you to sort of change some shit. If you want to do it some way, okay, you need to live as if they did. If they tell you to make some sort of big change that you don't really agree with, okay. By the way, if you do like slightly agree with a change they tell you to make, then obviously go for it, because most likely they will be right. But if you realize that it's pretty stupid what they're telling you to do, then you need to live as if they're dead. Not literally, but live as if they're dead, as if like their expectations no longer existed. Imagine like your parents died right now and you sort of, well, you were given like an allowance of like a couple of care months. You can now live life freely without their expectations. That'd be pretty good for you, wouldn't it? Because you would, even though you'd experience so much grief if they died, it'd still be kind of nice in the sense that you wouldn't anymore have their expectations. You'd now be like your own guy, like your own man, your own person on your mission, okay, to go and live life how you want to. Do not let your parents decide who you are gonna be. Now, obviously, if they would delete your channel and if they would like get you to take it off and ground you and fucking make you study even more to become a doctor, then obviously don't tell them. In this case, you need to hide and lie. Pretend to study, but actually be planning videos. Cheat on tests if you really need to, because this dream you've got of making money online from your channel, this dream you want of living life freely, okay, doing whatever the fuck you want, traveling, okay. Do not let anything get away in this dream, get in the way of this dream, because you are a kid with a dream. And you see in all the movies, the kid with a dream, he always comes out successful, doesn't he? That doesn't always happen in movies. You assume, okay, life is gonna end up perfectly. Don't assume that. You need to go harder. You need to put more in, okay? You need to make more sacrifices if you want to make this happen. For me, I completely sacrificed school, okay? And I don't mean dropping out. I mean, like, I was going to school, sitting my exams, and not studying, okay? In my before my GCSE exams, okay, instead of like being in the like revision hall studying when we had to get to school earlier, I was on my phone talking to people, doing messages for my business, okay, planning videos, 5 minutes before my exam, okay. That's the extreme like lengths I went of sacrifice, okay. I sacrificed everything in my life, really. Everything that didn't align to my mission, I sacrificed it, and that's why I am where I am now. It sounds extreme, but if you want to live this dream, you need to put your mission first. And if that means cheating on tests and sort of not studying whatsoever and lying to your parents, then so be it. When you're making $1 million a month, they will then be proud of you. Because not many people have missions or dreams like this, okay? You are special for having this. Do not let anyone take that away from you. You are destined for greatness. Do not let anyone stop that. Part 4, how ridiculously easy it is to succeed when your parents know about your YouTube. Think about the sort of average beginner self-improvement YouTuber. He's scared people at school are gonna find it. He's scared his parents are gonna find it. He's scared that people are gonna cringe at what he says. He's not too focused on it too, because he's sort of focused on studying at the same time, and he doesn't upload that consistently, and the videos are really low quality because he can't be bothered to sort of invest into a tripod or a camera or a microphone or anything, and so the videos are kind of shit, and he's getting no views because of that. Now imagine that you're doing self-improvement YouTube like you are, except you're going all in on it. You are committing your entire life to it. Your parents know about it, and they're in support of you, and so you're no longer scared that people are going to find it. You can record whenever you want to. You're now twice as efficient. Okay, you now get feedback from your parents on your videos when you ever start saying something ridiculous, and so you progress even faster. You now go all in. You commit everything to your videos. You get investment into buying a tripod, into buying a camera, into buying a microphone, okay? You get higher quality videos. You go start recording somewhere really nice, okay? And suddenly, all of a sudden, you got much higher quality videos. You start getting more views, and that continues spiraling up and up because you get more views, which means you're happier doing it, which means you make better videos, and so you get more views, and so you just sort of carry on that positive spiral, and before you know it, you're blowing up in YouTube and making a load of money. You would succeed if you went extreme. You know that if you went all in and you went like truly all in and you went truly extreme, you know you would succeed. Often the thing your mind denies doing is often the thing you actually need to do the most. Your mind might be denying you now, saying, no, I can just sort of carry on going how I want to now and I'll be fine. Okay, that's just sort of proof that what you need to do is go all in. I remember when I was 13, I think I was just sort of like slowly getting onto self-improvement. I hadn't started YouTube yet. I just sort of started like working out and like starting self-improvement, and I was friends with these like two girls. Well, I wasn't really like friends with them, it was just sort of like text over group chat. And I remember like whenever I'd mention that I was doing like self-improvement or like working out or any sort of like progression, stuff like that, I would just sort of get like, I don't know what it was, but it was almost like, it's hard to put into words, but it was almost like I'd get like negative energy from her in a weird way, like she didn't accept that, if that makes sense. And because it was like I was 13 and I was friends with a girl, it was like, oh my God, she's God, you know. And so that like really delayed me. And I know that sounds kind of like unrelated, okay, but the point I'm getting across is that like, I can't remember who it was, but someone said it's often like the thing your mind denies cutting out is the thing you actually truly need to cut out. So there's plenty of like drug addicts who say, oh yeah, I'm fine on drugs. Drugs aren't the reason my life is horrible, but obviously it is because their mind's denying cutting it out. And I remember I actually thought, like when she was like, fucking, I don't even know how to, it was like, it's just fucking like female psychological manipulation or some shit like that, I don't know. But I remember like thinking that maybe like she's a problem, I'm never actually that consistent. It's like no blame to her or anything, I'm not like putting this on her. But I remember thinking that, and it was like, no, I'm just gonna carry on like our fucking like massive long text conversations over our group chat and shit, and not caring if she's like taking the piss out of like me trying to do self-improvement and everything. And my mind completely denied it. And guess what happened? Guess what happened when I sort of eventually cut them off? My sort of self-improvement progress and everything, it just skyrocketed. I suddenly got super consistent with everything. And it's just kind of that weird thing where often it's the hardest thing that you deep down, you know you need to do it, but your like conscious top like of your mind sort of denies it for you. Another thing your mind might be telling you is that you want to get successful before you tell your parents about it. In this case, that's just proof that you're scared of judgment for who you truly are. You believe that once you have all the money, that can sort of cover up your like true authentic self of wanting to do YouTube and everything. You need to be truly yourself, whether you are successful or not. It's just the exact same example of the sort of like gold digger wife versus the wife that's like gone from the rags to riches journey with you, if that makes sense. It's like, you're hoping that once you're rich, okay, that's when your parents will finally accept you. It's the same sort of condition as the guy who thinks he's suddenly going to be super attractive to every woman in the world once he's got $1 million. Obviously, that is not the case, okay? Even if you are rich, there is probably a pretty good chance that your parents still might not accept you for like who you truly are, okay? Even when you do have the money, and so you might as well just try it right now, okay? You might as well try and get them to accept you right now. And it sounds so horrible, like talking about trying to get your parents to accept who you truly are, but you need to be proud of yourself, proud of you, who you truly are, with or without success, because once you have that money, okay, and once you do have that success, like, it's not going to make it any better because you're still going to be like unproud of what you're doing. You just need to be proud of who you truly individually are. You want your parents to support you for you, not for the money. And at the end of the day, you need every single advantage you can get. And so your parents being on your side is so overpowered. Part 5, the OP method to make your first $1,000 from your self-improvement channel. I think I mentioned it earlier. I've got an entire free course to teach you how to make your first $1,000 by doing coaching through your self-improvement channel. And I can guarantee you that if you stay consistent on it, you will make your first $1,000 within the next 100 days. And I'm giving it away for completely free. It's on school, it's in the description. You don't need to give me your email or your phone number or any shit like that. You can literally just access it for free. You just need a school account and you can get it. I've already got so many guys who are making their first sales, and actually not just like first sales for like $30, first sales for like $1,000, okay? This shit is going so well. Again, it's link in the description. It's completely and utterly free. I'd love to see you over there, man. But at the end of the day, it is going to be pretty hard for you to succeed if your parents are not on your side. And so although it may be hard, you need to have that hard conversation with them. I hope this video has changed your life, bro. The link for the $1,000 protocol is in the description. Go join that right now.